Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's off to a great productive day. It is a nice, hot, humid, and sunny day, but I'm gonna show y'all what I got going on right now. So I just ended up coming out here and getting the entire garden watered down, and I did a deep water, and I usually do it 2 to 3 times a day to make sure everything stays nice and hydrated. But right now I'm over here and I'm cleaning the quail enclosure, and y'all, I'm liking these quail enclosures, and the quail are liking it too. I like the fact that I got 2 of them because it was time to clean this one out right here. So what I did is I just bought the other one out and I cleaned it out, and all I did was I threw it on the table to try to keep predators from trying to mess with them, and it's been working so far. And I just got some trays for when I had my quail last time set up. For those who've been following the channel, I took those trays and got this one turned upside down, got this one turned right side up with some pine shavings under there to catch the droppings. Then I got the dirt bath with some fresh dirt in it, and I got to get some diatomaceous earth so I can add that to it. And then I got their food right here. About to give them some fresh water, put it in here. Got some snacks for them, but I gotta finish zip tying this one here to get it all the way secure, like I did this one over here. But like I said, it was time to clean this one out. But as you can see, they are in there relaxing. They run from me until I come with the snacks, just pretty much like all animals. But let me go ahead and get this cleaned out, then I cut y'all back on. Okay, y'all, so I'm about done, and what I like to do is I like to add some live branches in there just to make it more like a natural feel for them, and then it blocks the sun from getting all in it when they like to sit out here and sunbathe in their dirt bath. So I end up having 1 male and 2 females, which is a good thing. So now I can breed and start my own flock. And these right here are jumbo brown cotornix quail, and these are what's called sexable quail. And how you can tell the difference between a male and a female is by looking on their chest. Females have dots or speckles, whatever you want to call them, on their chest, like this one right here, and the males do not. So we'll see if they turn around before I take them out to see if you can see the difference between the male and the female chest. Let's see if he. All right, I see him. Let me pull him out so you can see the difference between a male and a female quail. And this is only with the a sexable quail. So I meant to say how you can tell if it's a male or a female in a feather sexable quail, because some quail aren't feather sexable, but this jumbo brown cotornix quail is. And so how you can tell a male from a female, so this right here is a male. It's gonna be hard to see because he's getting a little aggravated, but see on the chest right here, let me see if I can get y'all back. See the chest part right there? See how it's no dots or speckles on the chest right there? That lets you know that this right here is a male quail. And I'm gonna show you what a female quail looks like now. All right, she's getting a little stressed out, but all right, calm down, calm down, calm down. So this right here is a female quail. And see on her chest how it has the dots and the freckles like right there on her chest? That lets you know that that's a female. So that's the difference between a male and female feather sexable quail. But let me go ahead and put them down because I don't want them getting stressed out. All right, so there you have it. They got their clean and set up enclosure. They got their snacks in there, and they're sitting back and they're enjoying life. Gave them some fresh water. And y'all, I do understand that raising animals or livestock for food is not for everybody, but to each his own. And these 3 quail right here I'm gonna end up getting tags to put on the ankles. So these will be my pets. So I will get the eggs from these quail right here, and then I will start hatching out some more quail. But I am raising quail for the eggs and for the meat. But I do understand that it's not for everybody. So we're gonna start off over here. So as you can see, my potatoes are starting to die back, which means they'll be ready to harvest, be ready to be harvested real soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it stay in there a little longer, and then we're gonna go ahead and get that harvested. This right here, tomato plant, I gotta prune it up, but as you can see, tomatoes are growing on there. So we do have some tomatoes starting to grow. And we got a watermelon right here coming along. We got a honeydew right there, an orange glow watermelon there, an all sweet watermelon there getting started. Got the cherry tomato right here doing good. As you can see, we got cherry tomatoes all up in here. For those who are new to the channel, so I container garden. Been container gardening for some years now. I do not know everything about gardening or container garden, but I share my ups and downs on my channel, and I don't just tell you stuff. I actually show you. So anything you grow in the ground, you can grow it in a container. So right now, these are some hydroponic containers that I got started. So I do all kinds of container garden. I have a flood and drain system, a hydroponic, crack key hydroponics, all different kind of methods of growing food in containers. But with the hot sun out here, my hydroponic containers are doing great. They're thriving, and I don't even have to worry about watering them. All I have to do is just check the nutrients every now and then, and I'm gonna show you one to give you an example here in a minute. But as you can see, I got a watermelon here, a watermelon in that one, and I'm experimenting. This is the first time I ever tried watermelon in what's called the crack key hydroponics method. So we're gonna see how that's gonna turn out. Got a pepper plant right there, onions right here. We got a cantaloupe right here, and this cantaloupe has been flowering like crazy. So hopefully we'll see some cantaloupe starting to grow. Yellow sweet watermelon starting to vine all out. But come on over here, and some of these containers need to get up potted, but like I say, I'll show y'all everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Got some green onions here. This right here is some sage. These are some leeks. First time I ever got leeks to sprout, so we're gonna see how they're gonna do. Brussels sprout not doing the best. See, the insects are eating it up. Got some strawberries and basil over here. Not the biggest strawberries, but they are growing, as you can see. Basil plants going to seed, and I'm gonna let it because I'm gonna harvest my seeds. And for those who wanted to know, let me show you right quick. Pods from a maple tree. But for those who've been following the channel, y'all remember, I can't think of the name of them right now, but anyway, they're all over the yard, and they come from this tree right here. They're coming from this tree right here, which I found out from y'all chiming in, which thank y'all. Let me know that it was a maple tree. And I was asking, wherever the seeds fall, will a tree grow? Because I noticed they were sprouting everywhere they was growing. And yes, a tree will grow. And I actually kept one just to watch the process. So this right here growing to a maple tree, and it came from one of the pods off the maple tree. So I just found that kind of interesting. But yeah, as you can see, got strawberries growing all up in there. Got some cayenne pepper all up in here. Got some ready to be harvested. Got cayenne pepper growing on this one right here. Got several bell peppers growing on this plant here. Got more bell peppers right there growing. This pepper plant is flowering. I got one green bean, As you can see right there, all my other green bean plants didn't survive. And over here, I got some broccoli growing. The insects been eating on these leaves too. Got a pepper plant right there with a pepper growing on it. This right here is a Carmen pepper. I never heard of Carmen pepper. This is one from my son's school project. But as you can see, there are peppers growing on there. So I don't know what a Carmen pepper gonna taste like, but I guess we will find out. Then we come on over here. Got some potatoes in here that's growing. Got some black Simpson lettuce coming along right here. Then over here, and you see how these watermelon plants are doing in the hydroponic setup? So they are growing. Got a mint plant right here. Got some cucumbers all up in here. They're starting to flower. Matter of fact, there's a bee in there right now. We got those right there. Over here, I got most of my squash plants. I got acorn squash, yellow squash, zucchini squash, and haven't seen any squash bugs yet, so hopefully I don't have that problem. This is my first time growing in Illinois, and I am in grow zone. I forgot what grow zone. I'm new to this grow zone. I think 5A. I'm gonna have to put it down in the I'll put it down on the screen once I look it up. But I'm new to this grow zone. First time growing in Illinois. Came from North Carolina from grow zone 8A, 8A/B, and I know how to grow down south, but this is a different process here. But as you can see, I got yellow squash right there starting to grow, and there's not much going on over here, just, you know, the squash plants. And out of my berry bushes, the only one to survive was the blackberry bush right here. All my blueberry bushes died. So that's what I got going on over here. Then let's go inside the protected greenhouse, which is not protected much because a lot of stuff in there died. As you can see, I had a lot of stuff die as far as the plants go. Now y'all, got to walk right past it. Got one corn that survived out of all the corn. Usually you want to grow corn in groups, but that's all I got is one. And y'all, these are the pods I was talking about. Here goes some that's doing good, so we're still alive. But these are the pods off a maple tree. I can't remember the name, but I do know the name. I just can't think of it right now, but these do go wherever they land, and if the soil is right, then a tree will grow. And I apologize if the air conditioner is making a lot of noise. But got some zinnias here, some chard. Look at this cauliflower, y'all. It's not doing too good. I should have up potted it, but I didn't. Does have a cauliflower growing in there, but I don't know if it's gonna make it. My cabbage in here, more red cabbage. Got some kale I'm gonna get harvested today. Got another basil plant that's going to seed. Got a collard green plant here. And y'all, I end up taking all this out and got to get it cleaned up. But this was collards, kale, and spinach, and it just wasn't doing good. It didn't do the best in these containers because I overcrowded it when I planted it, but we live and learn. And y'all see, there go another example. See that right there? That's one of those pods that then grew into a tree. But yes, they do grow into trees. And I got a cabbage over here that's doing good. And as you can see, it's trying to form a head. So this one's doing great compared to the red cabbage over here. They're trying to hold on, but this one is doing real good. And we got some carrots here. Nothing in the greenhouses. I'm gonna end up taking them out. Right now the temperature is 87 degrees, but we got up to 106. So yes, it does get hot here in Illinois, and it does get very cold too. But like I said, not protected much because a lot of stuff in there didn't make it. Now we come on over here. So this is my flood and drain system, which I end up cleaning all these pots out, and I gotta I'm gonna mix the soil up and then get some more stuff planted in here. But I got a Brussels sprout right here. We got some more mint growing here. Got some celery right here. And I just harvested all the parsley out of here, so that's why that's looking like that. And then over here, got my other hydroponic system set up. And as you see, we got plenty of romaine lettuce. I've been harvesting the lettuce and we've been going through it, but as you can see, it is pretty much out of control. So I got to get this harvested. I'll probably end up seeing if some of my neighbors want some or co-workers, but got tons of romaine lettuce. So y'all, that is pretty much it. Oh yeah, so right here, remember I was doing a comparison to see which one is gonna grow the quickest and the fastest between the cucumber plant in the regular container versus the cucumber plant in the hydroponic system. And as you can see, both of them are doing great, but can y'all tell the difference? So this is the one in the hydroponic system. See, the leaves are looking all nice, but guess what? There's absolutely no flowers on it. Look at the one that's in the soil. Look at all the flowers on there. It is flowers everywhere on the one that's grown in the soil. So they're both growing at the same rate, but I just noticed that the one in the soil has flowered and the one in the hydroponic system has not. So that's interesting. This is the first time I did cucumbers in hydroponics. So I'm gonna test my nutrients just to check to make sure I have the proper pH and everything, and that the plant is getting the proper nutrients so that it can flower. All right, y'all, so that's pretty much it when it comes to my garden. Not one of the best gardens that I did, but like I said, I'm in a new grow zone, so I'm learning and trying to adjust. But I'm still happy and thankful for what I do got growing in my garden. But right now, I'm about to tackle a task that I never look forward to doing, and that's doing some lawn work. So I got to get this grass cut and get it weedy, get the yard looking a little better. Don't have to have the best looking yard, but I can't have the worst looking yard. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that knocked out, and then I'll cut y'all back on. All right, y'all, it's hot. About to take a quick break, drink me some water, make sure I'm staying hydrated, and then once I get this completed, I'll cut y'all back on. Okay, y'all, so I got about 95% of the yard finished. Just got to weed eat around one tree and around my solar panels. About to get ready to get birds and squirrels some fresh water. It's been a long day, got a lot of stuff done. The sun is starting to set. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and water the garden one more time before I go in and get cleaned up. But if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that notification bell so you don't miss none of my future videos. And as always, thank y'all for watching.